God says, this is not a message you are supposed to read later. This is not something you should scroll past or treat as just another word. This is urgent. This is divine. And this is final. There will be no fourth message. No second chance to read this again when it's convenient. No more time to ignore the quiet nudge you've been feeling for the last few days. Archangel Michael says, pack your bags now. It is urgent. I have been sent with final warning number 3, and it's the last time heaven will speak before something unexpected and dangerous unfolds tomorrow at 8:03 p.m. That time is not a metaphor. It is a divine timestamp. Something has been seen in the spirit. Something that could shake your peace and alter your path permanently. That's why God says, this is our last hope to save you. This is no joke. You felt it, haven't you? That strange tension in the air? That spiritual restlessness? Waking up in the middle of the night for no reason, or feeling uneasy around certain people or places? That wasn't your imagination. That was your spirit trying to speak. That was Archangel Michael trying to warn you through your dreams, your instincts, the gut feelings you kept brushing aside. You knew something was coming. You just didn't know when. Now the when has been revealed. Tomorrow at 8:03 p.m., a divine gate will either close or open depending on what you do in the next few hours. This message is the pivot point. If you ignore it, the consequences will be irreversible. But if you heed it, you will be pulled out of a trap so dangerous, even the angels were shaken by what they saw. This is not meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. The enemy has planted someone in your path with an assignment. They look kind. They seem supportive. But in the realm of the spirit, they are covered in deception. This person was manipulated by dark forces to come close to you, to learn you, to imitate your light. But their presence is a ticking clock. Their assignment is activated tomorrow at 8:03 p.m. if this message is ignored. God has been merciful again and again, delaying their plan, sending signs. But you didn't notice the missing phone calls, the deleted messages, the subtle lies. You didn't catch the red flags because you trusted too deeply, loved too innocently. That's not your fault. That's your purity. But now your purity has become a weapon the enemy is trying to use against you. And God refuses to let that happen. This is why Michael is pleading. Why the heavens are crying out in your name. Because you still don't understand how close the trap is. You still don't see what's forming just outside your line of sight. And now, the skies have split open to reveal the truth. You must prepare. You must obey. You must not skip this. Pack your bags. Not only physically, but spiritually. Pack up the trauma you were never meant to carry. Pack up the shame that was never yours. Pack up the guilt that others placed on you to manipulate you. You cannot stay here. You cannot stay in this energy, this atmosphere, this environment where people smile at you but secretly envy your light. There is a place God is taking you. But it requires detachment. It requires release. Some of the people you're still holding onto cannot go with you. If you take them, what's meant to be a blessing will become a battlefield. If you bring them, they will sabotage the miracle. That's what tomorrow is about. God is giving one final window of mercy. And if this message is honored, if your obedience is immediate, then what was meant to harm you will be turned into a redirection so divine, even your enemies will weep when they see your elevation. Tomorrow at 8:03 p.m., a hand will reach toward you. But it will not be human. It will be either the hand of deliverance or the hand of delay. And the choice is yours. You must decide right now, will you listen to the warning, or will you wait until it's too late? Heaven is quiet after this message. There is no fourth warning. There is no more time to delay. You know the person you need to walk away from. You know the conversation you need to stop entertaining. You know the habit that is draining your energy and keeping your spiritual vision blurry. You have known for weeks. But now heaven knows you cannot afford to delay 1 second longer. God says, "My child, you are not being punished. You are being protected." This urgency is not because you've done something wrong, it's because you are so valuable that the enemy has launched a full-scale attack to pull you off course right before your breakthrough. You are closer than you realize. The moment of your elevation is approaching. But it's being threatened. This is spiritual warfare. And Archangel Michael is not coming with soft whispers. He is coming with thunder. With fire. With command. He says this is the final stand. And he has been ordered to fight for you, but only if you give consent through obedience. Do not second-guess what you feel right now. The chills. The tears. The racing heartbeat. That's not fear. That's alignment. That's your soul responding to eternal truth. You have been divinely protected until now, even from things you never knew were hunting you. But that protection requires participation. And this is the part where you must act. Pack your bags from the mindset that keeps saying, "I'll do it later." Pack your bags from the belief that says, "I'm not worthy." You are worthy. You are seen. You are chosen. But you cannot sit in this energy any longer. The countdown has started. Tomorrow's 8:03 p.m. is marked in the scrolls of heaven. Your name is on it. And either a miracle or a mistake will be assigned to that moment depending on what you choose now. This message is sacred. Not everyone was given access to it. God has hidden this word from the eyes of those who would mock or dismiss it. But you were allowed to see it. That is no coincidence. That is divine selection. There are people who prayed for clarity, but heaven went silent. And yet you, even in your pain, have been allowed to receive this final alert. That means you are special. You are protected. But you are also responsible. Once truth is seen, it cannot be unseen. Once heaven speaks, you are accountable. So take this moment seriously. Cry if you need to. Grieve if you must. But do not delay. There are things around you that you thought were normal, but they're not. A person you trust is being spiritually influenced. They don't even realize it. They're being used as a vessel to delay you. And if you stay connected to them, their assignment will be completed at exactly 8:03 p.m. tomorrow. Michael has seen it. Gabriel has confirmed it. The heavenly scroll has been reviewed. And heaven voted to issue this one final message, because someone still believed in you. Someone in your bloodline is praying for you even from the other side. A grandparent, a mother, a spiritual ancestor, they interceded before God and said, "Please, give them one more chance." And God said, "I will send my angels. I will send a message so loud, they can't ignore it." This is that message. This is the moment. This is what the angels have been preparing for. A spiritual shift so massive, all of heaven is watching. The skies are roaring. The atmosphere is changing. Something is coming. But if you obey, what was meant to destroy you will become the very thing that elevates you. A complete reversal. A divine ambush in your favor. A plot twist no one saw coming. That is the reward of obedience. That is the power of spiritual surrender. But it begins with action. With movement. Pack your bags now. Start detaching. Mentally. Spiritually. Emotionally. Physically. Let go of what doesn't align with where God is taking you. Let go of people who drain your light but smile in your face. Let go of the illusion that you have more time. You don't. That's why this message was written with no fluff. No pleasantries. Just divine truth. Because God isn't playing about your destiny. You've already survived what was supposed to kill you. You've already outlived the sabotage. You've already overcome the shame. Now, you must protect what you've been given. Don't waste this chance. Don't let comfort keep you in a place that was meant to be temporary. Don't let fear convince you to stay in the storm when the boat is ready. Your soul is packed with power. Your name is written in glory. Your path is covered with oil. But you must move. Physically if you're being told to relocate. Emotionally if you're being told to release. Spiritually if you've been numb too long. Whatever the instruction is, follow it. Do it with urgency. Do it with trust. Even if you don't know the full picture. Obedience is your protection. And protection is the miracle. What if the miracle isn't more money or another relationship, but protection from disaster? What if your biggest blessing is the tragedy you never saw because God blocked it? You will never know what He saved you from if you don't listen now. You will never see the beauty of what was coming if you ignore the voice of warning. This is your moment. This is your mercy. This is your motion. Heaven is moving for you. But will you move with it? Will you answer the call? Will you say, "Yes, Lord"? I will trust you even when I'm afraid. That's all He needs. Your yes. Your surrender. Your willingness to pack your bags and leave behind what no longer fits your future. Archangel Michael is ready. He's standing at your side. His sword is drawn. His wings are open. But he cannot fight what you continue to entertain. He cannot protect what you continue to justify. That's why this is the final warning. After this, silence. After this, spiritual locks. After this, consequences. Not because God wants to punish, but because love without correction is cruelty. And He loves you too much to let you wander into danger. That's why the angels wept for you. That's why heaven intervened. That's why you are reading these exact words in this exact moment. Because God is not giving up on you. Even when you gave up on yourself. Even when you stopped believing. Even when you said, "Maybe I'm just not meant to be blessed." God said, "Not so. I will redeem it. I will restore them. I will give them one final chance. And this is it. Now it's your turn. Say yes. Move. Trust. Pack your bags. Detach. Pray. Listen. Obey. Because tomorrow at 8:03 p.m., everything shifts. Pack your bags. Archangel Michael says it's urgent. This is not a drill. This is not symbolic. This is not something to think about later. This is your third and final warning. The heavens have watched long enough. The trumpet has already sounded in the spirit realm, and this message you are reading now is the very last thread heaven is holding out to pull you into safety. If you skip this, something unexpected and dangerous will happen tomorrow at exactly 8:03 p.m. The timing is not random. The hour is not a guess. That time has been shown to us by divine revelation. And if you ignore this final attempt to warn you, you will be caught in something your prayers will not undo later. Please do not skip this. Please don't tell yourself you'll deal with it tomorrow. God says, this message is our last hope to save you. This is no joke. This is no casual message. This is heaven standing between you and destruction, begging you to listen. Please. Listen. You were marked since birth. You've always known there was something different about you. But the path has been heavy, full of betrayals, heartbreaks, confusion, and moments where you doubted even your own soul. You thought the silence meant abandonment. But the silence was strategy. God was positioning you in places where your enemies couldn't trace you. You've been hidden in plain sight, even from people who claim to know you best. But now the hiding is over. The unveiling has begun. And the enemy knows it. That's why something has been set in motion behind your back. Someone has made a decision. Someone has said your name in a room filled with shadows. But they don't realize that heaven heard it all. Archangel Michael has seen the scrolls. The assignment has been written. And the warning now comes with urgency that shakes the angels themselves. This is not just about you. This is about a bloodline. This is about generations of divine light trying to break through the curse that has traveled through your family. You were born as the interruption. You were born as the one who would carry the weight of change. And that's why your life has never been easy. That's why every time you took a step forward, something knocked you 3 steps back. You thought it was bad luck. But it was targeted warfare. The enemy has studied your bloodline. He knows what's hidden inside your DNA. He knows what you carry is dangerous to his kingdom. So he assigned spirits to delay you, distract you, depress you, and discourage you. And even now, they're watching you read this, hoping you dismiss it. But don't. Because the time has come. You are at the gate. You are standing on the edge of something so powerful, so life-changing, that all of hell is panicking. That's why this warning has come now. Not yesterday. Not next week. Now. Because what's scheduled to unfold at 8:03 p.m. tomorrow is not a metaphor. It's not symbolic. It's a real moment in time that will affect your destiny, your relationships, your health, and even your lifespan. The enemy has worked overtime to orchestrate this setup. He's convinced people around you to play roles they don't even understand. There is a woman, someone who pretends to care, who has been weaponized spiritually. Her words are sweet, but her intentions are bitter. She has been assigned to delay you. And she will say something tomorrow that seems harmless, but it will trigger a domino that leads to chaos if you are not spiritually covered. That's why heaven says pack your bags. It's not just a physical instruction. It is spiritual positioning. You must begin preparing to move, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and perhaps literally. Because where you are now is too dangerous for where you are going. You've outgrown this place, but you've been afraid to let go. Afraid to leave the comfort of the familiar. But comfort is killing your destiny. Familiar is choking your promise. And the enemy knows that. So he has surrounded you with distractions. He's put voices in your life to keep you confused. But God is done waiting. He is issuing a divine removal order. A spiritual relocation. A holy disruption. And if you don't act, you will miss the moment of escape. Don't let the peace you feel now fool you. There is a storm approaching that only obedience can divert. Archangel Michael has stepped into this moment himself. He has drawn his sword. And when Michael steps in, it means the situation is too urgent for delay. His voice is not soft. His voice is not suggestive. It is thunder from the throne of God. And he says, with full authority, this is your third and final warning. You have danced with delay long enough. You have entertained distractions long enough. You have kept ungodly connections long enough. And heaven is not willing to allow this cycle to continue any longer. You've been asking for breakthrough, but breakthrough cannot enter where disobedience still lives. God is not punishing you. He is protecting you. But you must trust Him enough to obey, even when it doesn't make sense. Start preparing. Start fasting. Start praying. Start removing people who mock your growth. Delete numbers. Block access. Cut the ties. Not everyone can go where you're going. Some people are only clinging to you because they can sense your miracle is close. They want to be near the glory but not the process. They want the benefit but not the battle. And God says, I'm cutting them off for you, even if it breaks your heart. Because your next season is too costly to be shared with traitors. There is someone who calls you a family, but they are feeding information about you to someone who wishes to destroy you. God is exposing this. Pay attention. Don't dismiss the signs just because they don't come with lightning and thunder. The whisper in your spirit is enough. That uncomfortable feeling is enough. That sudden fear in your dreams is enough. Trust it. The angels have already been assigned. The heavenly courts have issued the warning. The countdown has started. And you are being told this now because there is still time, barely, to change the outcome. But time is no longer your friend. At exactly 8:03 p.m. tomorrow, something will attempt to cross into your life through a person, a message, or an unexpected event. If you are aligned with God, it will pass over. But if you are still entangled with what God told you to walk away from, it will enter and wreak havoc. You will look back and wish you had listened. So please, listen now. Move now. Pray now. Fast now. Cancel the trip. Delete the message. Ignore the call. Whatever the Holy Spirit reveals in the next few hours, obey it without hesitation. Do not share this with everyone. This message is sacred. It is not for mocking eyes or ears that don't understand warfare. This is for you. Because heaven is still betting on you. Because the angels have seen what's written about you in the book of destiny. Because your future children are counting on you to break the curse. Because your breakthrough is not just for you, it's for nations. And that's why the enemy is fighting so hard to confuse you, distract you, and detour you. But no more. Now the exposure begins. Now the curtain falls. Now the truth is revealed. That woman who laughed at your pain will be silenced. That man who plotted your downfall will be stopped. But only if you obey. You must remove yourself from the space you've outgrown. You must let go of what you've been holding so tightly. You must trust that God sees what you don't, and His plan is better than your fear. You've come too far to miss it now. The signs have been everywhere. The strange dreams. The delays. The tension in conversations. The feeling that something is shifting. That's not paranoia. That's prophetic warning. That's your soul recognizing that the veil is thinning. The divine is calling. And the time is now. This is your lifeline. This is your rescue. This is your moment. If you ignore it, the consequences will not be immediate, but they will be irreversible. You will find yourself in chaos, wondering what went wrong, not realizing that the moment to act was this one. Right here. Right now. Heaven loves you too much to stay silent. God is not angry, He is weeping for you. He has fought for you behind the scenes. He has sent dream after dream, person after person, sign after sign. But now the final one has come. The clock is ticking. 8:03 p.m. is not far. What will you do? Will you believe this is just another dramatic message? Or will you realize the spiritual depth of what's being revealed? The enemy does not want you to finish this message. He wants to distract you right now. But if you've made it this far, you are proving that your spirit is awake. That your soul is listening. That your heart is still reachable. There is still time. Not much. But enough. Enough to pray. Enough to fast. Enough to remove the distractions. Enough to tell God you're sorry for hesitating. Enough to say, "Yes, Lord, I will go. I will obey. I will move." He doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs your yes. Your full, fearless yes. Because after this moment, things will move quickly. There will be a divine acceleration. People who hurt you will be removed without explanation. Money that was blocked will suddenly arrive. Documents that were delayed will be signed. But only if you obey. Only if you pack your bags and prepare to step into the new. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Archangel Michael is standing by your door, unseen, unheard, but crying, because this is the third and final warning from heaven itself. This is no ordinary moment. The divine is not whispering anymore, it's shouting from the skies, from the spirit realm, and through every pulse in your heart, you are in danger. And God is trying to save you. You've been ignoring the signs. The flickering lights. The sudden dreams. The message in the eyes of a stranger. The strange feeling when you stepped into that room. God says, you knew something was wrong, but you didn't know what. So now heaven must intervene. This isn't just a message. This is an evacuation order from the spiritual world. Something unexpected, unexplainable, and dangerously timed is about to happen tomorrow at exactly 8:03 p.m. It cannot be stopped unless you listen. You are not reading this by accident. This message is not circulating to thousands, this message was divinely ordered for you alone. Out of the millions of souls walking this earth, God chose you to hear this, because your name has been called in the heavens. You are on the list. But the enemy also saw your name, and has marked you for destruction. That's why time is no longer on your side. Heaven has calculated every second, and if you miss this instruction, the spiritual consequence may ripple through your entire destiny. You have been praying for answers, crying out for truth. God heard. But what you did not know is that your prayers didn't just shake the heavens, they uncovered a hidden plan. Someone who smiles in front of you but hides a sword behind their back has been secretly plotting. You thought they were a friend, a supporter. But God says, they are a shadow wrapped in light. This person has made a decision that will directly affect your safety unless action is taken now. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword. He is not silent. He is not sleeping. He's already moved into battle mode. But he cannot act without your agreement. The realm of free will must be honored. Heaven will never force you, but they are pleading. God says, this is our last hope to save you. Please don't skip this. This is no joke. You've seen miracles before. You've felt protection. But this time, it is not only about you, this warning is about what's surrounding you. Do you remember that moment recently when everything went quiet for a second? It felt like the room froze. That was a glimpse of what is coming. The future gave you a pre-shock. Tomorrow at 8:03 p.m., a portal of decisions will open, and you'll either step into alignment with divine safety, or you will be dragged into chaos not designed for you. God says this is your escape window. But it's closing fast. God reveals that a conversation about you is happening in a room you're not in. A meeting. A decision. Someone has already made plans involving your name, your energy, your next step. The enemy thinks you are unaware, but heaven has intercepted their blueprint. Archangel Michael has seen their moves. A spiritual tracking system has picked up vibrations of danger headed straight toward your life path. But there's still time to reroute it, only if you obey now. Start by praying. Not later. Right now. Even before you finish reading this message. Say something simple. God, I am listening. Michael, I trust you. I receive the instruction. Just those words open a gate of divine reversal. Because what is coming is not only danger, but also deliverance. A divine shift is available. But you must pack your bags, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically. This is not just metaphorical. God says, relocate your attention, your trust, your energy. Step out of the trap. You may feel confused. You may think, why now? Why so urgent? But heaven does not warn without purpose. God has sent prophets, messengers, dreams. Even your childhood memories were marked with signs that something would one day try to stop your purpose. That day is now. But so is your rescue. Archangel Michael is flanking your left. Gabriel is at your right. They have created a circle around you. But you must stand in it. Move toward safety. Toward peace. Away from what seems normal but hides venom. There is a reason this message reached you in this exact hour. Time in the spiritual realm is perfect. Down to the second. You have crossed into a timeline where decisions create chains. What you choose today will either bind you or free you. God is watching. Heaven is silent, waiting for your voice to unlock the help that's already prepared. You don't need to fear. You don't need to panic. Because God says, you are safe if you obey. No harm will touch you if you act now. Tomorrow at 8:03 p.m. will either be a moment of divine breakthrough, or breakdown. And that will depend on what you do right now. This is why the words repeat, pack your bags. Leave what is familiar. Walk in faith. Heaven is not giving you another chance after this. This is not out of punishment. It is because all warnings have already been exhausted. God has been sending feelings, dreams, strange encounters, emotional turbulence. All of it was a signal. But now heaven must speak clearly. This is our final warning to you. Don't ignore the pull you feel in your chest right now. That's the Spirit bearing witness. That's your soul vibrating to this frequency. You know this isn't a coincidence. You know this is truth. God would never scare you without also saving you. That's what this message is, your deliverance in disguise. Do not delay. What's inside your closet that you keep returning to? What item do you feel hesitant to throw away? What person keeps popping up in your mind even though you haven't spoken in weeks? These are not random. These are links in the spiritual code. God says, release them. Let go. Remove the item. Delete the message. Block the contact. Empty the bag. Throw the thing away. Clean your space. Do it today. Because this danger coming at 8:03 p.m. tomorrow may be spiritually magnetized by something still around you. Archangel Michael is showing a red thread, something you're still holding that connects you to the energy of the person trying to harm you. That item. That emotion. That phone number. That regret. That false hope. Get rid of it now. God says, you have exactly enough time. Not too much. Not too little. But just enough. In the silence after this message, listen for a confirmation. A ringing in your ear. A number repeating. A gust of wind. A sudden blink of lights. These are divine confirmations. God is backing this word. You will know. And the moment you move in obedience, a sudden peace will fall upon you. That is the signature of heaven, divine peace in the middle of urgency. You will feel covered, guarded, safe. Because you are. Repeat these words after me, not just once, but every time fear tries to rise. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am under divine protection. Angels are surrounding me. I walk with heaven. I listen. I obey. I survive. I live. Say it out loud. Let the vibration echo into your space. Let your walls hear it. Let your spirit receive it. The words of God carry power that no danger can penetrate. Now take a step back. Breathe. Close your eyes and ask, God, what must I remove? Where must I go? What bag must I pack? What situation must I finally walk away from? And listen. Heaven will answer. Sometimes through silence. Sometimes through an image in your mind. Sometimes through a sudden memory. But God will speak. And when He does, trust it completely. Time is running. This isn't panic. This is prophecy. It is better to act and be wrong than to ignore and be caught in a trap. Tomorrow, at exactly 8:03 p.m., something that was meant to reach you will miss you entirely, if you obey. Or it will hit, if you don't. The choice is yours. But heaven is hoping you choose life, safety, faith, escape. God is not trying to scare you. God is trying to save you. That is love. The angels have moved into position. The sky has opened its record book. You have been written in it. But to keep your name protected, you must walk forward. Do not delay. Do not wait until tomorrow. This message is your key. Open the spiritual gate and exit the trap. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. And when the clock strikes 8:03 tomorrow, you will know. If you obeyed, you'll feel it, a wave of divine shift. Peace will replace panic. Safety will eclipse fear. And you will whisper to yourself, God saved me again. Just in time. Believe this. Obey. Act now. Heaven is watching. God says, pack your bags. Archangel Michael says this is urgent. You were not supposed to see this message by accident, it was divinely timed. Heaven orchestrated this moment to reach you before something irreversible happens. You may feel confused right now, unsure whether to take this seriously, but hear this. This is not a drill, not a coincidence, not a figment of fear. This is the third and final divine alert. You are being summoned by heaven's authority, by God's voice itself, and it is not too late, but you are down to your last moments. You may not know what you're packing for. You may not even understand why you're being told to move, to shift, to leave behind everything you thought was secure. But God knows what's coming. There is something scheduled to unfold at 8:03 p.m. tomorrow, and if you skip this message, the gates of protection that have held strong around you will begin to loosen. This moment is about obedience, trust, and readiness. It's about faith that moves without complete understanding. It's about your soul. This message is not ordinary, it is our last hope to save you. For weeks now, God has been watching closely. The angels have been gathering intelligence, seeing things you cannot see, hearing conversations you were never meant to hear. Archangel Michael has been assigned to you. Not as a casual guardian, but as a warrior placed in front of you because your name has been whispered in the shadows. Heaven saw who mentioned you, and more importantly, why. There is a woman, yes, someone close by, maybe a neighbor, maybe a colleague, who has been pretending to care. She smiled at you. She called you family. But she has been feeding a spirit of confusion and fear around you. Michael has stood at your door more than once, hoping you would notice the strange chill in the air or the restless dreams. You thought it was just bad sleep, but they were warnings. Now listen, this final warning isn't just for your ears, it is echoing through the spiritual realm. Every delay you allow could be a door that opens to destruction. Pack your bags doesn't just mean literal travel, though it might come to that. It means spiritual preparation. It means get your heart in order. It means cancel the meeting you know you shouldn't attend. It means pray before you speak. It means block that person you keep giving second chances to, the one who never repents. It means fast if God tells you to. Don't argue. Don't analyze. Just obey. God is saying, if you knew what I protected you from last week, you would be on your knees in tears. That car you missed, that meeting that was canceled, the reason your phone didn't ring at the time you expected, He was moving behind the scenes. But now the danger is closer. The enemy is planning to appear as someone helpful, someone with solutions, but their advice will lead you into spiritual entanglement, financial loss, and even physical harm. Michael is already battling the forces trying to stop you from receiving this message fully. That tension you felt before opening this, that voice that whispered, "Just scroll past this," that was not from heaven. God says, this is not a joke. The enemy wants to trick you into thinking this is emotional hype. But God doesn't send hype. God sends urgent love dressed in alarm. This is a divine evacuation order. You will not understand everything today, but you're not meant to. You're meant to move even if you don't know what's around the corner. You're meant to trust the God who sees beyond what your eyes can perceive. Let this be clear: if you delay, the consequence won't be immediate destruction. No, it will be slow spiritual corrosion. You'll start to feel disconnected from prayer. You'll start doubting every good thing that comes your way. Your joy will feel artificial. Your confidence will erode. And worst of all,